There is a story of a traveler lost in the wilderness. The night is cold, and the path is uncertain. He stumbles in the darkness, unable to see what lies ahead. But then, off in the distance, he notices a soft golden glow. As he walks toward it, he sees a warm house with an open door. Inside, a kind host welcomes him, offers him food and shelter, and shows him a map of the way forward. This is what the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, are to those who seek wisdom. In the vast wilderness of life, where suffering and confusion often cloud our way, the three jewels offer guidance, clarity, and refuge. They are not distant ideals or abstract concepts, but living, breathing truths that we can experience in our daily lives. The Buddha is like the light in the distance, a source of wisdom, compassion, and awakening. The Dharma, his teachings, is like the map, a clear path leading us toward peace and liberation. The Sangha, the community of those who practice, is like the kind host, offering companionship and support along the journey. Many people seek happiness and wealth, relationships, or success, only to find that these things are fleeting, like waves that rise and fall in the ocean. But the three jewels are different. They do not change with time. They do not depend on external circumstances. They are a timeless refuge, a place where the heart can rest and find true peace. In the journey ahead, we will explore these three jewels, not just as philosophical ideas, but as real living treasures that can transform our lives. Let us walk this path together with open hearts and minds and discover what it truly means to take refuge. Entering the path, the three jewels in our lives. As we step deeper into the heart of this teaching, let us reflect, where do we seek refuge in life? When challenges arise, when uncertainty clouds our minds, where do we turn for wisdom and strength? The three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, are not distant or unreachable. They are here, within us, and around us. They are the light that dispels darkness, the map that guides us, and the companions who walk beside us. Let us begin with the first of these treasures, Buddha, the awakened one. Buddha, the light of awakening. There was once a lotus seed buried deep in the mud. For a long time it lay in darkness, hidden beneath the weight of the earth. But as the conditions became right, the seed stirred. It began to grow, rising slowly toward the light. And one day, it broke through the surface of the water, unfolding into a pure, radiant flower. The story of the Buddha is much like this. He was not born enlightened. He was once like all of us, experiencing joy, sorrow, love, and loss. His name was Siddhartha Gautama, a prince who lived in luxury, shielded from the harsh realities of life. But when he saw sickness, aging, and death, something awakened in him. He realized that no amount of wealth or comfort could protect him from suffering. And so, he left his palace, his family, and everything he knew, embarking on a profound journey of self-discovery. For 6 years, he searched, practicing severe austerities, meditating in solitude, seeking wisdom from many teachers. But nothing brought him the true peace he longed for. It was only when he sat beneath the Bodhi tree, surrendering completely to the present moment, that he awakened to the truth. Suffering exists, but so does liberation. Ignorance binds us, but wisdom sets us free. At that moment, Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one. The Buddha is not a god to be worshipped, nor a distant figure lost in history. He is a teacher, an example of what is possible. His enlightenment was not a miracle granted by divine forces, but the result of deep understanding and effort. This means that awakening is not beyond our reach. It is a path that each of us can follow. When we take refuge in the Buddha, we are not simply admiring his wisdom from afar. We are recognizing our own potential for awakening. Just as a lamp can ignite another without losing its own light, the Buddha's wisdom continues to guide countless beings, helping them see clearly. Some may wonder, how can we connect with the Buddha when he lived over 2,500 years ago? The answer is that the Buddha is not confined to time or space. His presence is alive in the wisdom he left behind. Every time we seek truth, cultivate compassion, or practice mindfulness, we are walking in the footsteps of the awakened one. The word Buddha does not refer only to Siddhartha Gautama. The teachings tell us of many Buddhas, those who have awakened in the past and those who will awaken in the future. More importantly, the potential for Buddhahood exists within all beings. Imagine the night sky filled with countless stars. Some shine brightly, some are still hidden behind clouds. But whether seen or unseen, they are all there. In the same way, the potential for enlightenment exists in each of us, waiting for the right conditions to shine forth. Taking refuge in the Buddha is not about seeking something outside of ourselves. It is about awakening to the Buddha within. Dharma, the path of truth and liberation. If a person is lost in darkness, even a small flame can light the way. In the vast journey of life, full of uncertainties and suffering, the Dharma is that guiding light. It is not just a collection of words or ancient doctrines, but a living wisdom that reveals the truth of existence. The Dharma is the second of the three jewels, a refuge for those seeking clarity and freedom. It is the truth discovered by the Buddha, the universal principles that govern life, whether one recognizes them or not. Just as gravity exists regardless of belief, so too does the Dharma. The Buddha did not create the Dharma. He only uncovered it, much like a traveler discovering a hidden path through the forest. This path is not based on speculation or blind faith, but on direct experience and insight. At its core, the Dharma is the understanding of reality as it is, a truth that transcends time and culture. The Buddha expressed this wisdom through the Four Noble Truths, which illuminate the nature of suffering and the way to liberation. First, suffering is an unavoidable part of life. From the moment we are born, we experience aging, illness, loss, and disappointment. These are not personal failures, but universal experiences shared by all beings. Second, suffering has a cause. It does not arise by chance, but is rooted in craving, attachment, and misunderstanding. We grasp at pleasures, resist change, and cling to fleeting moments, unaware that this very grasping is the source of our pain. However, the third truth offers hope. Suffering can end. When we see reality clearly and let go of the attachments that bind us, freedom becomes possible. The fourth truth reveals the path to this freedom, the Noble Eightfold Path. This path is not a set of rigid rules, but a way of living that leads to wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. It offers a practical guide to transforming suffering into peace, confusion into clarity, and restlessness into deep, abiding joy. This eightfold path is like a well-built bridge leading across a turbulent river. It consists of ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, guiding us toward a life of balance and understanding. What makes the Dharma a true refuge is that it is universal and timeless. It is not confined to a particular place, culture, or historical period. Just as fire burns regardless of who holds it, the Dharma remains true whether one is in ancient India or the modern world. Because the Dharma is based on wisdom and compassion, it does not demand blind faith. The Buddha himself encouraged people to examine his teachings critically, just as gold is tested by fire. Only through personal experience can one truly understand its value. Although the Buddha attained enlightenment and passed away over 2,500 years ago, the Dharma remains alive. It is alive in the sutras, in the insights of wise teachers, and in every moment of mindfulness we cultivate. Imagine a river flowing steadily toward the ocean. While the water changes constantly, the river itself remains. The Dharma, too, continues to flow, guiding all who seek truth. To take refuge in the Dharma is to commit to learning, reflecting, and applying wisdom in daily life. It is not about mere belief, but about transformation, allowing truth to shape our thoughts, words, and actions. In doing so, we do not just follow the Dharma, we become part of its living stream. Sangha, the community of spiritual support. A single tree standing alone may struggle against the wind, but a forest stands strong together. In the same way, spiritual growth is not meant to be a solitary journey. The Sangha, the third of the three jewels, is the community that supports and nurtures our path toward awakening. The word Sangha originally referred to the monastic community, the monks and nuns who have dedicated their lives to following the Buddha's path. However, its meaning extends beyond that. Today, it includes all those who walk the path of truth, from devoted lay practitioners to anyone sincerely seeking wisdom and compassion. Just as a river depends on countless drops of water to flow, our spiritual journey is nourished by the presence of others. The Sangha offers guidance, encouragement, and protection, creating a space where wisdom can flourish. Within the Sangha, there are those who have walked further along the path, carrying the light of experience and insight. Their presence helps dispel confusion, offering direction when doubts arise. Through their teachings and example, they remind us that the path is clear and possible to follow. The journey toward awakening is not always smooth. Moments of struggle, distraction, and uncertainty are inevitable. Yet when we see others practicing with sincerity, facing similar challenges with patience and perseverance, we find the strength to continue. Their dedication becomes a source of inspiration, reassuring us that we are not alone. Beyond guidance and encouragement, the Sangha provides a protective environment for spiritual growth. Like a fertile garden that nurtures the seeds of virtue, it offers a space where qualities such as patience, generosity, and mindfulness can take root. Within this supportive community, the distractions of the world lose their hold, making it easier to stay on the path. Imagine walking through a dark forest at night. Alone, every sound may cause fear, and every shadow may seem threatening. But if we walk with companions, the journey feels lighter, and the path ahead becomes clearer. In the same way, when we practice with others, meditating together, listening to teachings, sharing insights, the path becomes brighter and more accessible. The presence of fellow practitioners keeps our practice strong and reminds us of our deeper aspirations. The Sangha also teaches us humility and patience. Living and practicing with others reveals our own attachments, preferences, and emotional reactions. Through these interactions, we learn to cultivate understanding and let go of the self-centered mind. In the Buddha's time, the Sangha consisted of those who renounced worldly life and lived together in harmony. Today, it has expanded beyond monastic communities. It can be found in Dharma centers, meditation groups, and even in digital spaces where practitioners come together to learn and grow. Wherever there is a gathering of people sincerely seeking truth, the spirit of the Sangha is present. Taking refuge in the Sangha means recognizing the power of community and making a conscious effort to support and be supported in the path of awakening. It is a reminder that while the journey is personal, it is never one we must walk alone. Why do Buddhists take refuge in the Three Jewels? In life, we all search for something lasting, something that can bring true happiness and security. Many turn to wealth, status, or relationships, believing these will provide fulfillment. Yet, as time passes, we come to see that everything changes. Money can be lost, relationships shift, and health fades. Nothing in the material world is permanent. Faced with this reality, Buddhists turn to something deeper, something that does not vanish with time. The Three Jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. To take refuge does not mean running away from life's difficulties. Instead, it is a conscious turning toward a source of wisdom and stability. The Buddha is a guide, showing us that awakening is possible for all beings. His enlightenment was not the result of divine blessing, but of deep understanding and effort. This means that transformation is not beyond our reach. It is a path we, too, can follow. Taking refuge in the Buddha is an act of trust, not in an external savior, but in our own capacity to awaken. The Dharma is the truth, the natural law that governs all things. It is the path that leads away from suffering, offering clarity in a world full of confusion. When we take refuge in the Dharma, we are committing to understanding and applying its teachings in our daily lives. It is like choosing to walk on solid ground rather than stumbling through darkness. This path has been tested by generations of practitioners who have found peace by following its principles. But walking the path alone can be difficult, which is why the Sangha is so important. A single traveler on a long road may grow weary, but a group walking together can uplift one another. The Sangha provides companionship, encouragement, and guidance. It is the living embodiment of the Dharma, reminding us that we are not alone in our journey. When we take refuge in the Sangha, we open ourselves to the support and wisdom of those who walk alongside us. Taking refuge in the Three Jewels is more than a ritual or a declaration. It is a profound commitment to seeking truth, to transforming the way we live, and to walking the path with others. It gives us clarity in moments of doubt, strength in times of hardship, and a sense of belonging in a world that often feels uncertain. In taking refuge, we do not escape reality. We embrace it with wisdom, courage, and compassion. And in that embrace, we find the way to true freedom. Conclusion: the guiding light of the Three Jewels. In a world full of uncertainty, the Three Jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, offer a timeless refuge. The Buddha's example reminds us that awakening is possible for all beings. The Dharma provides a clear path, guiding us away from suffering and toward wisdom. The Sangha offers support, ensuring that we do not walk this journey alone. Together, they form a foundation for a life of meaning, clarity, and inner peace. Taking refuge in the Three Jewels is not just an act of faith. It is a commitment to transformation. It means living with awareness, cultivating compassion, and applying wisdom in daily life. Even amidst modern distractions, we can embody these teachings through mindful actions, ethical choices, and sincere spiritual practice. By turning toward the Three Jewels, we embrace a path that leads to freedom, not in some distant future, but in each present moment. When we take refuge with sincerity, we open our hearts to true peace, and in doing so, we not only transform ourselves, but also bring light to the world around us.